What's up, everybody? Eric from Stat Boost.
Anthony, also from Stat Boost.
What's going on? Figured, we do a little video, kind of podcast style. I know we don't have a table, but we can call this the Couch Gaming Podcast. Gaming Couch, couch games, couch on games, games on a couch
Podcast.
But Nintendo Direct happened. Some ups and downs, I think, in my opinion. Like, I'm watching it. It's kind of going along. I'm like, that looks cool. That's cool. Then something else gets shown. I'm like, eh. But obviously, there were some amazing announcements that me, myself, Anthony, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are excited for. Let's start off with some 3DS stuff, I guess.
Yeah, so the Luigi's Mansion, the original one that was on GameCube, they announced they're going to put that on the 3DS now, which is super dope, because if you've never played Luigi's Mansion, it's like, I know, never
crazy.
It's
never
so good.
Played
it's
it.
so good. Like, okay, so the first when I first played it on GameCube, the original one, and it was good, and I really liked it. But it was actually, as a matter of fact, after Pokemon Sun and Moon came out. After that, I bought Luigi's Mansion, so that was relatively recently. The second one, Dark Moon.
Do you still have a GameCube to play it on?
Oh no, the second one was on 3DS.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And the one on 3DS was incredible. Like, it was, I could not believe how good that game was. Like, I had so much fun just sucking a vacuum ghost or whatever, Like, it was
Those
just
damn vacuum ghosts.
Yeah, it was super fun. And then, like, I haven't played the first one since GameCube came out, like, back in the day, so I'm probably going to pick that up, honestly, because it's like, oh, I'll just, revisit that. And there's been rumors about a third one coming to Switch, so hopefully that'll happen, get you all beefed up. That's what so any company would do. Get stoked, buy more stuff later.
It's almost like a marketing tool idea. You're
Yeah.
like, if we're going to release a new Luigi's Mansion, which hasn't been done, since the 3DS game, why not bring back the original game for everyone to enjoy, remember what it is and that it exists, and to be like, oh yeah, guess what? Here you go. But that's the main reason I want to get it is because I didn't own a GameCube. I guess that's why I never played it. Yeah, had a friend that lived in the neighborhood that had a GameCube, and I'd go over there and he would be playing it. So I've seen somebody play Luigi's Mansion before, but I've never played it myself. So when I saw that was one of the games where I was just like, fuck yeah, I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to play it. I never did, back in the original.
Yeah, and I haven't played my 3DS in a while, so it'd just be a good reason to get it again, to play it.
So Luigi's Mansion.
Dope.
Let's talk about Detective Pikachu.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that appeals to somebody, not to me, but obviously it appeals to a lot of people because they wouldn't have just made a game that doesn't appeal to anybody. So if that appeals to you, actually, in the comments, let us know why that appeals to you because I have no idea.
When they first announced it, I remember when they first announced it, it was, I think, like screenshots from like a Kotaku magazine or something in Japan. And it was just like Pikachu wearing a detective hat and had like a magnifying glass. But anyways, whenever I first saw it, I was just like, oh, this looks sick. I was like, it's Pikachu and he's a detective. It's going to be awesome. But that was like 2 years ago, it feels like, whenever I saw that. So all this time's gone by. I never heard anything. So with Nintendo Direct, this got, just put in front of my face, and I'm not really interested.
Yeah.
Like he said, if you're hyped about it, let us know why.
Yeah.
Get us hyped about it.
Yeah, I want to understand the hype. I want to be hyped. Everyone likes to be hyped.
Hyped. What do we got next? Mario and Luigi.
This game actually, I really thought this was interesting because they said it was coming out in 2019, which means, everyone's talking about the 3DS, people are like, oh, just stop making it, essentially, because everything goes to Switch, but it's like, if it keeps making them money, why wouldn't they do it? And because they're not going to have one game out for an entire year, so more stuff is still going to come.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's good, too, because I'm so glad that they're doing this, because I haven't really picked up any 3DS games since the Switch came out. Like, even before that, like, it's been a while. Like, I played Pokemon, like, when that came out, Luigi's Mansion, like, after that, like, even though that game came out, like, years before.
You said you played it after X and Y or after Sun and Moon?
After Sun and Moon. Like, that's when I picked it up. Like, it came out, like, a year before that, or 2 years, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, they've been talking about extending the life cycle of the Switch, so same thing with the 3DS, obviously. So it's like, if you want the 3DS to die, it's probably not going to die until 2020 or like late 2019 at the very earliest.
With the 2019 release, that pretty much confirms it.
Yeah, and I think the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, like in all its variations, you know, like I think that lasted. I mean, we can look it up. I think it was like 10 or 12 years or something like crazy.
Yeah.
Or the DS, maybe. One of them was like that. It was like it lasted a long time.
It just kept going. I know Mario and Luigi, like all of their RPG games have looked interesting. I don't think I've ever played any of them. Like I've heard good things, but it always goes back to me thinking about Legend of the Seven Stars, and people are like, "Oh, if you like Legend of the Seven Stars, you'll like the Mario and Luigi games because they're pretty much like the successors." Or I think Paper Mario.
Paper Mario is like an RPG too. I've never played Paper Mario either though. But I know a lot of people who are actually like deep into that game. Like they're like, "Yeah, I'm about some Paper Mario." I think the one on the Wii U didn't do as well, I think people said. I don't really know, though. I'm not. I wasn't, like, deep into it to know personally.
Yeah, rest in peace, Wii U.
I still have mine. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Go pick it up if you got a Wii U.
Dope. So up next, we got WarioWare. I put that on the list right away because when I was a wee young lad, I had, kind of old now, so of course I had the original Game Boy, the gray block.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
But eventually I got a Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and I think it was on the Game Boy Advance, the first WarioWare incorporated.
Yeah, I remember the one on Game Boy Advance. Like that I played that with one of my friends at his house when I was like 10 or whatever.
Yeah,
that game was fun.
had it, and it's pretty much, I guess, I'm interested in WarioWare coming to 3DS because it's kind of a nostalgia factor. Anytime we'd go out of town with my family, I had my Game Boy Advance. That's one of the games, other than a Pokemon game, that I was playing the most. It was something really addicting about the fast-paced style of just going from minigame to minigame to minigame, and it's not like it was repetitive because every minigame you were doing something different. Eventually you got over what you were doing because there was only so many minigames, but they showed at the Nintendo Direct that this WarioWare game is going to have we'll look it up in the gameplay footage that we're putting somewhere. It said 400, 500 different minigames. Yeah. So it's something, it'll keep the fast-paced style of minigame after minigame, but it'll also keep you hooked because there's so many. And I also got on my 3DS the NES remix.
Oh, yeah.
Which is similar in fashion. You're doing minigame after minigame of old classic Nintendo games. So I just kind of like, it's not like a game you get hardcore into, but it's a game you can easily pick up and just stay distracted for a couple hours.
It's, God forbid I say it, casual fun, But it's it's cool because, you just play it, just chill, and you got somebody over, you're like, let's just play it, whatever. Like, that's the whole reason why I bought Mario Kart, even though I already had it on Wii. I'm just like, people come over and just race some little go-karts, whatever, it's fun.
So that's all the 3DS stuff we got for you guys. Luigi Mansion, thumbs up. Detective Pikachu.
Let us know in those comments why you hyped. Let us know why you hyped.
Oh, I mean, we love Pokemon, but Detective Pikachu is just it's kind of like a why, why you do that? Yeah,
I want to know who it appeals to. I want the focus group when they had the 8 people in the room, who liked the talking Pikachu detective. Some guy's like, oh, dude, me. I want to know who that was.
Younger audience, maybe?
I guess. But, so if you're 12, let us know.
I thought it was going to be a Japan exclusive at first, since it's been so long.
Yeah.
Since anything about an English translation coming out. I thought it was just going to stay in Japan, but get us excited. Mario and Luigi, thumbs up, give it a try. WarioWare, nostalgia for me.
Eric's most definitely getting that.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a fun little addicting thing to pick up every now and then.
So let's move on to the fun stuff, the Switch stuff, the bread and butter. First thing on the list is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
This is the third or fourth release of Hyrule Warriors now.
The third one, yeah.
The third, because there was the original one, and then they released it for the 3DS.
Mm-hmm, that was Legend, Hyrule Warriors Legends.
Yeah, that's what I got a poster of that in my room right now. So the Definitive Edition is literally supposed to be what?
Both of them smashed together.
Yeah.
And then it includes all the DLC, I think, because it's a deluxe bundle. It's another, a deluxe version, I guess.
Right.
So, yeah, but it's cool, though, because I think there's, I might be wrong, but I think there's 31 characters you can be.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it's it is real. I got it on Wii U and I loved it. I've been debating back and forth whether I wanted to get it or not because I got Fire Emblem Warriors and I love Fire Emblem, but for whatever reason, it just didn't stick with me the same as like Hyrule Warriors did. And I mean, obviously, like I love Zelda more than any other like franchise, but Fire Emblem's up there in the top 5 for me for sure. So, and like no offense to that game or anything like that, but
yeah, when Hyrule Warriors first came out for the Wii U, I think I told you like I got it and I wasn't the one playing it off the back. So by the time I actually got it in my hands, it had already been playing through so much that they didn't train or level up or make themselves stronger at all, and they're stuck in the game. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start at the first level and just go from there. So I tried that, and since I knew what I was doing was just backtracking, I never really got into it.
Yeah.
So if I get the definitive edition and, start the game myself, maybe I'll actually feel like I'm investing into it and I'll keep playing it. Mm-hmm. So I'm stoked for that. So up next we got South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Coming to the Switch. I think that's awesome. I kind of recently-ish, maybe like a couple months ago, got done playing The Fractured Butthole on PS4. And that game is awesome. I love the Stick of Truth, so as soon as I heard about The Fractured Butthole, I knew I was going to get it. I got it. Played it, loved it, beat Morgan Freeman. We got a video of me doing that. It was easier than I thought it was going to be. But, am I going to get it again for the Switch? Maybe. I don't know.
I've never played it. I didn't play the first one either. I didn't realize, actually, until you, like, streamed it, because that's the first time I ever really saw gameplay. I didn't realize it was, like, a tactical, turn-based, like, kind of RPG. I had no idea that's what it was. I thought it was, like, Conker's Bad Fur Day, go around and like blow people up or something. Man. I had no idea that's what it was like, and I've never played it, and I'm definitely getting that game, like, because I love South Park. Because even the newer seasons are incredible too. They've gotten a lot better. Not they were ever bad, but they're still funny and they're like socially relevant.
Yeah. They what do? They make an episode a week before it comes out just so they can be that relevant. Yeah, that's crazy to me. But I like the idea of it being on the Switch just because. I guess like two things. One, as a lot of you guys know, Nintendo wanted to stay family friendly for the longest time, so they avoided like all mature rated games. So the fact that they don't care anymore and they're being smart about it and bringing every game that everybody wants to play. It's not just, oh, we gotta stay family friendly, we gotta make the parents happy. We're catering to just children. Now they're catering to everybody, and the Fractured Butthole coming to the Switch is proof of that. The second reason is portability, man. I love the Nintendo Switch. Yeah. I want to be able to just play like this, do some fart time space continuum movements, eat a burrito, heal my guy, go beat up some hookers, and just want to do it. It's so comfortable.
Dude, I love my Switch, dude. I remember even like when it first came out, I dogged everybody. I'm like, dude, get a Switch. Because I remember I told that to you too. I'm like, just get one. It's amazing. And it is. It's like I know one guy he's unhappy that he got a Switch. But 1 out of 14 million
Why is
people.
He unhappy?
Well, I don't know. He said like there weren't enough games to play. I don't know.
Did he get it like on a release?
I think so. But like so much stuff has been out since then. But I don't know. That's another story.
That's like somebody who doesn't like Zelda being like, oh, I got a Switch. Like, oh, what are you playing? Well, I don't like Zelda games, so I'm not playing anything. Yeah. Why'd you get a Switch?
So, next game on the list is Crash Bandicoot, also coming to the Switch. Crash Bandicoot's a good one because, growing up, I always had Nintendo stuff at my house, but like a lot of my friends had PlayStation, but I'd still play the games. I remember playing Crash Bandicoot at a buddy's house when I was little. Yeah. And I was like, dude, this game is awesome. And I remember, too, because I was on PlayStation, I was like, it's on a disc. It's amazing because it's on a disc, and now it's like in a digital cloud that just gets sent to you, But
technology.
It got super good reviews, and like it's like really like it sold really well too. I heard. So like
I think it's like the best selling in the UK.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that's dope.
English people are loving their fucking Crash Bandicoot right now.
Awesome.
But I was one of those kids that did have a PS1, so I had I think all three. I want to say I had the first one. Maybe I didn't own the first one. I remember renting the first one a lot from Flix Video or Hollywood Video or Blockbuster, wherever. But I think I actually owned the second and the third one. I think the third one's Warped, and that one was my favorite. So the fact that it's going to be all three games in one, portable, like, it's cool that they brought it to, the PlayStation 4, which obviously that's, PlayStation's its home, but I almost feel like a Crash Bandicoot game would seem more right on Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like,
because I feel like sometimes I feel like he looks kind of more like a Nintendo character.
Yeah.
Because especially with PlayStation, I mean, not to say Nintendo's characters don't look cool like Link or Samus or whatever, but I mean, what's her name? Aloy from Horizon. What else? Final Fantasy is kind of they're badass.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation's characters dude, that's
Kratos.
Yeah, right. It's Goku shit.
Yeah. What do we got? Captain Toad.
Huh. I loved Captain Toad on the Wii U. I'm probably not going to buy it again because it didn't say there's any extra stuff, and even if they did, I'm not sure. But if it appealed to you, and now you can play it on Switch, get it. I recommend it. I'd give that game... Actually, there was, as far as simple as it was of a game, the concept, it was really dope.
Yeah.
So I would say, there's going to be new worlds for Mario Odyssey, which is kind of cool. But I'm probably not going to
Oh, yeah. They had a new Donk City type of a level in the trailer.
Yeah. I'd say if you've ever thought about it even for a second to buy it, I might get that. Just buy it. You won't regret it. It's dope.
Yeah, if it comes out and it's, not a full-price game, I might get it. I never played it on the Wii U. I remember looking at it and being it looks pretty sweet. Is it just, straight platformer? You're just...
Yeah, kind of.
From point A to point B?
It's like a little cube world. Every world's a little cube, and you just, look for stars. You just go up, like a platform. You bullet bills chase you. You throw stuff.
Okay.
It's very simplistic, but it's really good, though. It's a really good game.
Yeah, if it comes out and it's cheap at release, sounds like a nice little fun handheld.
Yeah, I got it on sale on the Wii U, I think, for $30. I think
nice.
Full price was $40, I think. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So next on our list, we got Dark Souls Remastered. So something we were thinking about doing, which might be fun, is so I've seen Dark Souls a little bit, but I have no idea anything about Dark Souls at all. But everything I've heard and seen, everyone's it's literally the most hardest, most difficult game. Very Zelda-esque, but kind of M-rated, and difficulty super high. And that's exactly sounds like the greatest thing in the world to me. So I'm gonna buy that and play it. And I just, there's so many games out. And I had a PS4 for a little while, and I have a PS3 still, and PlayStation 2 at my house.
Nice.
Funny, but yeah, I just never got around to playing it. And now that it's on the Switch, I'm yeah, you know what? I'm glad I waited 6-7 years for this game to come out before I got into it. Because that's what I did too with Skyrim. I never played Skyrim until it came to the Switch, and I cannot believe how much my mind's being blown. Everyone's I've known that for years, but it's fresh for me. So it's kind of cool to experience it years later. And I think that speaks to the quality of the game too, because it shows that it holds up years later, so that's also good.
And it's supposed to be the first Dark Souls game, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So what better way to jump into a franchise we know nothing about than to play the original game? Let's talk about some Project Octopath.
Oh, shit. So I played the demo, and literally within 20 minutes of playing it, I'm this is the most incredible game in the universe.
I think whenever I first got my Switch, and as soon as you held it in your hands, you went onto eShop and you downloaded the demo for me.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah, you were just oh hey, I just downloaded this demo for you, you gotta play it. And I've only played maybe the first, 15, 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And it's already sick. It's old school style RPG in terms of graphics, the text boxes and everything. But the backgrounds, man, it's so weird that it's considered probably 32-bit.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But it's so glossy and HD. I mean, I know I feel when we talk about video games, for the most part, we talk about the game itself and how cool the game is, the story, the characters, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to this game, I guess I'm gonna put emphasis on the graphics. It's an old school styled graphic game brought into the new millennium. In my head,
it's a mixture of old and new, done so well, which is cool. And oh man, something else. I took a Snapchat of this actually. So in the demo, there's you get these I forget what they're called, but energy beads or something. You get them every turn, and you can multiply your power, and you can
yeah.
And the coolest thing is so you do your standard attack, and then you power up once, and then it's times 2. Power up twice, it's times 3.
Yeah.
Power it up 3 times, so you can do up to 4 times the damage, and then it was the demo, so I don't think they left a lot of like the tactical part out of it. But like I was doing basic attacks, but like like doing specials and all this stuff. And the coolest part though, which I thought was because I don't think they did it on purpose. I think it was just a coincidence. But when you power up 2, 3, and 4, it goes red, yellow, then blue, and it made me think of Goku with Kaioken, Saiyosen, that's a band. Kaioken, Super Saiyan, and like Super Saiyan like God form.
Yeah,
and
that's fucking sick. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I'm like, what? And like that's actually why that was like the icing on the cake. Is like I loved playing it. Then I saw that, I'm like, I'm doing it. I have to.
That's another like whenever that does happen, that's the whole graphics thing. Another little thing that they do in the game that stands out. Like it's normal looking, little characters, turn-based, they're just going up and down, 32-bit, and all of a sudden he gets like engulfed in Super Saiyan energy, and it's so clean and so shiny.
Yeah. Oh, and physical release coming out. I only have 2 physical copies of games. So next on our list is Sushi Striker.
We just gotta talk about it. Like, I'm not gonna get it.
Right? I'm not gonna get
it. But we gotta talk about it, dude. Like, I'm sitting there watching the direct in my room, and this little chibi-looking game comes up, and it looks like Bubble Breaker, but with, like, Japanese characters and, like, throwing sushi across a table. But, like, what made me laugh during the trailer was it started telling, like, a deep, dark backstory. Like, sushi has been abandoned from the land of Sushiville for over a millennia, but now we are rising up and bringing sushi back. What do they call it? Like Sushiko?
Sushido.
So Sushido.
Like Bushido?
Yes, dude. Like, it's such... I'm not going to say dumb, but it's one of those games. It looks like it'd be like a mobile game, almost, but they're making it so serious. Like, as soon as they start talking about the backstory, I was just like, this is great.
You know what? I will get this game if I can do a completely touchscreen. Because, like, if you've ever... There's one game I played, like, that Human Resource Machine, which came out, like, back, like, sometime years ago. But you can play it all from... It's, like, so you can use it as, like, a tablet. So it's, like, if I can play that game without the controller,
yeah,
I might get that. Just to be able to, like, play it like that. So, if you're listening, if you have touchscreen controls, full touchscreen controls, I'll play it just to be like, oh, I don't need to bring my controllers with
What
me.
if it's $60?
What? Nah. I don't think it's going to be that much. I'm thinking... At the very most,
$24.99.
Yeah, $30 at the very most, I think.
Yeah, and then it's gonna go on sale like 2 weeks later.
Yeah,
unless it does awesome. I don't know, dude. It's so funny.
It might be the next greatest game ever made. Who knows?
So up next, Kirby Star Allies. Didn't you say you played the demo?
I played the demo. Demo was pretty good. It was cool how, like, I had those moments where I was playing. I was like, "Whoa, that's cool!" Like,
yeah.
You could do, like, you can have up to 4 people. There's like a copy ability where you throw a heart at someone, which signifies like an ally, and you can make their enemies your friends.
Okay.
And then you can like swap powers with them, and you like in the demo there was one like you get like a sword power, and like you hold up or A or something, and if one of the other guys has fire, it lights and you have a fire sword.
What?
So like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of sweet.
Like that'd be fun for like if you do like it could be a really sweet couch co-op up to 4 people.
Yeah.
So if you have like buddies you can play with that would be cool. Like the same like playing it by yourself would be cool, but when there's multiple people on the screen, it's like more...
all jumping in different directions. Like,
yeah.
It's more visually stimulating. Plus, you're playing with your buddies.
Yeah, and it's like, that'd be cool. It looked pretty tight. I personally don't know if I'm going to get it just because I'm not like the hugest Kirby fan, but I'm a really huge Sakurai fan who is on Smash Bros, which we'll get to in a little bit. But... yeah, he invented Kirby when he was like 19 or something, I think.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, what? That's crazy.
That's sick.
We were playing in a band at 19.
Yeah. I did, I had a bunch of Kirby games, like, growing up. Well, maybe not a bunch. I had, like, 1 or 2 Game Boy games. I want to say I had the first Kirby game. Was that on NES?
I think the first one was on Game Boy, I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Well,
but that one was dope.
So I would get it, I guess, another nostalgia factor point for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it looks kind of cool. Plus the whole famous villains of the franchise, they announced that like they can what they call like dream companions or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot.
They're like imaginary, like they're not, I guess they're not really the characters, but they're manifested through memories. I don't know how they're gonna do the lore of them playing with you, but to be playing a Kirby game and Meta Knight's fighting alongside you. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Splatoon 2 stuff. I wrote that down. Splatoon 2.
So yeah, they released the there's gonna be a DLC for $20, and it's you're supposed to be like, you can be like the Octoling if you go through it all. But I guess like the prize isn't really getting through it. The prize, I guess, is like just playing it, because it talks a lot about the Splatoon 2 story and like the lore and the background, stuff like that. So I'm super deep into Splatoon. I love it. By the way, if you guys haven't subscribed and hang out the live stream, I stream that probably once a week. It's super fun. But anyway, it looks pretty dope. Like, I think more information will probably be released before it actually comes out.
Yeah.
And because I want to know how deep like the story goes, because it's like, as far as like the gameplay, the single player in Splatoon, I don't really think it's that fun, honestly. But it's not really about that. It's just they put that in there because whatever. But this might change it. It might be like a more like, not open world, but like go through a dungeon kind of thing. Like we don't know. They just said this will be here, and I was like, you know what? That seems pretty cool. I'm probably gonna get it though, just because I really like Splatoon.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, I want to be an Octoling, because that'd be cool, being like Squid or an Octoling. Like, just change it up even more, so you would have like 4 different types, like Squid, boy, and girl. And
diversity.
Yeah, so Squids and Octopi.
Oh man, yeah. I don't have Splatoon 2, but you know, you keep trying to get Splatoon 2.
Eric, get it.
The trailer looked kind of cool. I'll admit it. Like, I was getting like kind of like, you know, nodding my head during the trailer and stuff, because it was playing catchy music, obviously. But you know, there was parts of the trailer that looked like you could tell there was some kind of like dark story or something going on. So I was like, all right, campaign mode. Like, I don't know. I don't really play too many online games or shooters or anything, but I like me a good story. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's why I play video games, actually. That's my main thing, is like, I'm a gamer because of like Zelda and like Final Fantasy. For like, it's like, to me, a video game should be like a book.
Yeah, it's
you know,
the
like,
writing, man.
Yeah, that's like the best part. You know?
You are diving your soul into someone else's adventure, but
for $60.
in reverse, they're making it your adventure.
For $60.
So up next we got Mario Tennis.
Aces. So I played Mario Tennis on 64.
That's the only one I played.
Yeah, and that game was awesome.
Addicting.
I loved that game. Because, like, you know, it's funny because I'm not really into sports games like Madden and stuff like that, or like FIFA, but, like, Mario Strikers was sweet. Mario Tennis was good. Mario Baseball was pretty fun. So I might get it because they said, I guess there's going to be a story mode, which is cool because I think they had one.
Yeah, he was, like, fighting a giant plant monster.
PD Piranha Dude.
Yeah.
Right? Is that their name? Yeah. So it looked pretty cool. I might pick it up. That would be definitely like, for me, I think if my friends are picking it up, I'd probably pick it up too, to play it with them, or like online with some like online friends or whatever. I don't know. Are you gonna get it?
Maybe. Definitely considering it, because I just remember, like you said, Mario Tennis 64. It was another like easy pick up and just start playing game for sure. Like, hey, let's play like 2 or 3 rounds and then call it quits. Yeah. And you can do that all the time. That's something that's cool about Nintendo. They release games like that. But yeah, I'll probably pick it up. And a lot of like the different mechanics that they were showing off in the trailer, it was a lot. Like, you know, I remember Mario Tennis 64. It was just hitting back and forth. You could spike it and everything. But they showed so many different like mechanics, like
oh yeah, that's true. Like
slowing down time and like having like a meter gauge fill up to do like a super awesome power strike that could break their racket.
Yeah, and aiming, and they had like counter moves and stuff. And like, it actually seemed pretty in depth. So I'm like, you know, that might be pretty cool.
You're playing a tennis game, but you're really like having to think, and like, you know, it's more engaging if you have more mechanics like that.
Oh, and something else I thought was cool was you can do motion controls for that game. So really, it's like, remember tennis on the Wii? That was pretty fun, dude. Just like, and you don't obviously have to play that way, but that actually might be a game where I do use the motion controls.
Yeah, I wonder how like solid the motion controls on the Switch are.
Yeah, I've used motion controls on ARMS, and ARMS was a pretty good game. We'll see, like,
yeah, we didn't even put that on our list.
Was it even on there?
Yeah.
oh yeah. Well, ARMS was pretty good. Like, the motion controls in that were good. I guess they added motion controls to Doom and Resident Evil, and it's supposed to be pretty good. I haven't played either of those, with motion controls, so I don't know, but They're pretty solid. Yeah. They're pretty solid. So, like, I bet they probably have like minor fixes to bugs or whatever they do in like computer land. But
right.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's it. We don't have any more games to talk about.
I think we got one more, I think. Did they announce anything big on the Directs? Like anything that's going to get a lot of people to buy this, like just because of this game?
It's really just Detective Pikachu that got me hyped.
Yeah, let us know about why that hypes you up, by the way. Put that in the comments.
So, yeah, anyways, I guess we'll just see you guys. Oh, wait! Smash Brothers!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, that trailer. Oh, just got a little bit of goosebumps remember that trailer. So they just got done playing Splatoon 2 stuff, for a solid, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. And they're like, oh, we have one more announcement. And it was, two, what are they called? Squidlings?
Inklings.
Inklings just running around.
It's like an action thing. It was actually pretty cool, video of them, running around shooting.
So I was just like, alright, so we got some more Splatoon 2 stuff. Maybe they're going to be like, oh, yeah, Splatoon 2, we got this stuff coming out. And here's a look at Splatoon 2.5, Splatoon 3, or we're doing something with Splatoon. And then it goes dark. And then it goes silent. You hear some ominous noise, and she turns around, and it zooms in on her eyeball, a flaming ball that eventually turns into the Smash Bros. Fucking logo.
Ah! Yes.
I yelled, dude. It was like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the fucking morning. I just yelled in my room.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, sitting through the Direct, just being like, that's cool. That's dope. Interesting. To, oh my fucking god! I was, so excited.
You know what's going to be dope, though, about Smash Bros., I think, beyond anything? Is, they're going to add the Inklings, which was I think that's why they did it that way, because everyone's, demanding it, we need it. But, they'll probably make them pretty tight, too, But, the thing about it is, obviously, people who are Smash Bros. Fans, everybody's going to get it. Obviously, it's a really awesome game. Pretty much everyone's played it, I feel like. But the thing is, a lot of people still haven't played it. And, think about how many people are picking up Switches and, Nintendo consoles in general for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to bring in newer players. And because it's mobile, we can just sit here on the couch and play together, up to 8 people. So it's gonna be amazing. We're definitely gonna do a lot of streaming of that, and we're probably gonna do a lot of streaming of that together too. I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
it's going down.
We're gonna be a temporary Smash Bros. Channel for probably a little bit whenever that game comes out, which comes out this fucking year. That just seems so soon.
Yeah.
When it comes to the whole topic of is it a port or is it a brand new game? Obviously, we want a brand new fucking game. But it's just so soon. Have they just been secretly working on it since the release of the last one, and they're just gonna be like, bam, something sweet.
Something I've been thinking about, and a lot of people on YouTube and the internet in general have been talking about, is it might launch with the paid service that's happening in September, I think they said, and it'll be the paid online for $20 a year, and it's if that happens, that'd be a good game to sell that with, so people can do it. So and people will spend $80 to $100 on Smash Brothers stuff. Do you remember when Amiibo first came out for Smash Bros? It was crazy. You still can't find some of them. They're insane. But I feel like that's what happen. What they'll do is release it with the paid online service to get it really going. But at the same time, they're probably gonna not do that because. When has anyone ever been right about anything Nintendo does? They're like, oh,
nobody was expecting a Smash Bros. Announcement, that's for sure.
And I feel like they just have a ton of games ready. Yeah. And they're just waiting for the right time to put them out. Because they said Fire Emblem's probably coming out this year. And like I said earlier, I'm in love with Fire Emblem. So I was hoping they'd talk about that, which they really didn't. But, who knows? E3 is just another month and a half, 2 months away.
Oh, yeah.
Pikmin 4 I've been hearing clamoring about. And Pikmin's another good game if you've never played it. So, but yeah, they got that, and there's still more stuff that's gonna come out. They just haven't announced it yet because E3 they've been doing well at that recently, so they're gonna keep it up.
And Nintendo's been really smart. I feel by what you're saying, they have games on the back burner just waiting to be served to us on a silver platter. That's a business idea, marketing tool in a sense. The Switch came out. Bam, Zelda Breath of the Wild. So let's get this fucking ball rolling. Next thing you know it, they waited, boom, Mario fucking Odyssey. So it's they're holding off on these releases to keep this huge uphill climb that they've established since day one. Mm-hmm. It's just a continuous uphill of Nintendo hype, Nintendo hype, Nintendo hype. and they're being really smart about continuing that trend.
Yeah. So, and especially too with how bad things are going with the Wii U to how good things are going now, there's no way they're gonna screw it up. Like too much is at stake for that company to survive. Like, you know, because even too, I'm thinking about it, it's like, you know, like everyone, it's like I'm hoping that when E3 comes, it's just like an atomic bomb of like hype, you know, for everything and like blowing my mind on everything. But I actually think, you know, Pokemon's probably not going to come out this year anyway. That's my prediction. I
don't see it happening this year.
Yeah, I think it might come out like probably this time 2019 because like Smash Bros comes out and then maybe 6 to 8 months later like another huge game comes out and then by that time too it's like how many people are going to have Switches by the point Smash Bros comes out. Like, I don't know. I feel like the numbers are going to double. I mean, that's probably really big of a number, but it's going to be a very significant increase for sure.
Yeah, because, I mean, Smash Bros. Is maybe the biggest when it comes to the fighting game community. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that.
I know Street Fighter's still really big.
Yeah.
Which is also on Switch, so.
there you go. But that's another good move on Nintendo. Is you have this awesome franchise. You have Smash Brothers, their IP, and that they've just been building over the years. Wii U, you know, I'm pretty sure a bunch of people fell off, but they still enjoy Smash Brothers. I mean, to this day, everyone still says, you know, like Melee reigns supreme. But then, of course, you got people that are like, oh, I love Brawl. But when it comes down to it, everyone's still getting the Smash Bros. Game one after another.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of people that probably don't have a Switch yet, but love Smash Brothers. Switch sales are gonna go, like you said, like skyrocket whenever that shit comes out.
Like I hope one day that we just see people playing Switches like we do, like out when you see someone playing on their phone. Yeah. I'm hoping to see maybe at least 3 out of 10 of those people have a Switch and playing it, like out when you're out in your everyday life, like and be like, hey, let's just play because like 8 million people have it or whatever, you know. Well, more than that now, but globally, you know, it's only been a year and a half. Almost, no, not even, like a little bit over a year, so.
And they're still going.
Yeah.
Still going.
I'm ready, Nintendo. I'm ready for what you got. I'm excited. I'm gonna buy all your stuff, so.
Take my money. But I guess that's pretty much it for our little Nintendo Direct podcast on the couch gaming couch while we're on a couch playing video games, talking about video games on a couch podcast.
Thank you guys again so much for listening. Like this video if you thought it was really good. Let us know. Comment what games you are excited for that they announce. Also, let us know what games you're excited for in the future. But most importantly, let us comment and let us know why you are hyped about Detective Pikachu. We want to know why people are excited for that game.
I need to look more into it. Maybe there's something in the game that I haven't read about where I'm just like, oh, that actually sounds cool. But I'm probably just overhyping myself when thinking that. I don't know, dude.
So to all our viewers and listeners, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything you do for us, guys. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Deuces.
Bye.